Oh, greetings. Thank you for joining us. As you can tell, I'm not in my usual residence. Reason I can't went to is like a last minute thing. Seeing how last Saturday was sucked. Like, I mean, it wasn't obviously things can always be worse, but it didn't go too well. So I had to kind of like clear the energy of it. I just, you know, it's like it was so yeah, it was bad. So coming out again and having more positive connection, I don't know, it just feels better. Just does. I know that sounds weird, but just kind of doing your same routine over and over and over. I do it all the time for to lose my mind. So sometimes being spontaneous is a good idea. Just without going into details. But if you've been watching the channel, you probably have some idea what the hell I'm talking about. I'll be going into details. Things are getting a little bit better in that area. I just put it that way. I'm talking cryptic, but I'm being cryptic, but it's improving. Let's put it that way. Not as much as I'd like it to, but at least it's getting somewhere. Somewhere is better than the gutter. Let's put it that way. So I'm doing. Yeah, I went to Epcot. I mean, they're fucking that place up. I don't know, man. I don't know what they're doing. They're they're doing a lot of changes there. I don't know how they can afford it. I mean, I guess they have enough people going there, but they're just revamping the whole park practically. Well, a good portion of it, but I don't know. I think they're doing that. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I got video of it. So that'll be uploaded probably next month. So I was gonna go there 2 weeks from now, but screw it. So we'll see. I have another trip out here coming up, and yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot of traveling for the next couple months. Yeah, well, I can put out this kind of like a teaser. Yeah, the new year, December 31st. I'm going to be going to. It's going to be in Florida, but I'm going to go to. I don't want to give anything away, but I don't know how exciting it is, but it's it's on the other side of the coast. Let's put it that way. So, and I'll be doing channeling there and try something different. We'll see. Either way. So I did healing with the trees, and that was beneficial. I never really thought about that. And they can't, so the trees channel obviously all types of vibrations, but they do connect to or astral. But they can also help heal your vibration, heal your connections. Because the trees are connected to the universe. They're the internet of our planet, basically our spiritual internet. And what I got from them, I did a video of it. I'm gonna repeat it here. Of like some people that incarnate with a lot of negativity, or they're channeling the negativity of the planet to release it. So, say like there's all these wars in the past, so a lot of that negativity gets stuck here. So, you incarnate here and you have a funnel through you, and you might do it to others, but it's also releasing it from the earth in some regard. At least that's what I got. I know it sounds a little bit odd, but in a lot of ways it does make sense because we're experiencing it to release the old vibrations to bring in new. So we go through this stuff and we know what we're getting into when we incarnate here, and for better or for worse. But it is releasing, as even it reminds me of what Bashar said. I'm not a big Bashar person that speaks about him, but he's talking about we need to get this stuff out of our system, right? Well, we're getting it out of the Earth system also. And so, what better vehicle to heal us is the trees? Of course, the tree energies, you might not like what you see sometimes, depending on how you tap into it. But like I say, a warmonger, but once again, those of that are in my similar incarnation cycle, because I mean, I kept feeling I was incarnated as like a creature at one time. I mean, really kind of pushed it like a Frankenstein monster. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's funny. I tell, it's like, I mean, I made that video recently about, the nice guy one. But I mean, I told her I was like, Beauty and the Beast. I'm basically the Beast, basically. So I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect in any shape or form, but I'm basically the Beast. Um, Obviously, I've come a long way from that. But what I got is whatever I incarnate into, uh, yeah, I like push the edge of creation, like creature wise. So I know it sounds. I mean, I know it sounds weird, but it's all part of evolution. And some things I think, yeah, I got put in situations that were beyond my control. And that's where Neutron came to release me from it. But I've been through that before in previous incarnations too, where there was nobody to release me for. So this song went on for a long time. It's like being like a creature. Now, how that occurred, once again, like the creation of the universe is very barbaric. It's a barbarian reality. Look at the creation of the United States. That was barbarian like. It's the same thing. But an alien is a little bit different because you're DNA and you're all created this weird thing. And yeah, it's some messed up stuff when you think about it. I'm not alone here though. There's others out here doing the same thing. They know they have. It's like they're like the Vietnam vets of the universe, something like that. So I'm coming here to heal a lot of it and heal others have been through it. However you want to look at it. So it's not incarnations I recommend for anyone, that's for sure. I mean, the situations I got into apparently were beyond my control. Like I mean, even when you incarnate in worlds like this, you don't know what the hell's gonna happen to you sometimes. Sometimes it's just like shit's gonna happen. And that's happened to me. A couple I don't want to know. I'm not sure if I'm ready to see all that shit yet. But I did select a creature type of being that was used for other controlled by others. Of course, I just switched that around eventually and use insectoids to manipulate others, etc. Let's see. So yeah, the wounds are deep. So in this lifetime, yeah, I've come, yeah, I guess I've become like more of a pushover type in some ways, but I had to do that to let go of. I mean, I don't like letting go of all that aggression was key. And I've come a long way, and the Zeta stuff helped to a degree because the Zeta removed a lot of the emotion, but there's still a lot of you need the emotion to heal though too. So kind of speeds it up a little bit. It's like when you're not ready to tap into your emotions, you become a Zeta, but then they have some emotion, not as much as we do, but they have some. And when they get pissed off, they're like a freaking nut job. So it's like a female without a hair dryer or something like that and freaks out or something like that. Something like that. That's probably a bad example, but either way. Actually, I can kind of see that. So, kind of a weird analogy. So, let's see. So yeah, I'm probably putting myself out there for the healing stuff, but there's a lot more stuff I'm not fully aware of. But it's like a lot of us are experimented on, and kind of like the Indian side of the universe, where there's a kind of like a mutation creature side of it that comes through our mythology or our fiction movies to a degree. Uh, the one that picks up is the Doomsday that killed Superman. I kind of feel like it looks something similar to that. You have the Thanos, but he's a little bit too pretty, and he sucks. But it, because whatever, yeah, we're like made to super beings or something like that too. So yeah, long story there. I get elements of it. I don't get the full story of it. But either way, I saw myself as like I've had many lifetimes as a hybrid being. I did see myself captured by the Greys. I was kind of like wandering around, like I think my body was wandering around somewhere, and they found it, and they're like, "Wow, I've never seen this thing something like that. So I think it was half alive or something like that, or maybe I wasn't alive at all. Whatever. So yeah, just saw images of it. Obviously, there's things that I don't want to see, but shit. So come a long way. Let's put it that way. California fires, energies is basically the trees will grow back no matter what. So there is a manipulation to it in some areas, but humanity just not. It's fighting its ascension from what it feels like, and that's why the fires are occurring. That's why certain things happen. It's fighting as we evolve. So we are going to, next year. It's not being clear what's going to occur next year for obvious reasons. More alien spiritual energies are going to come through. Not to say aliens are going to appear in the public, but I think we're going to tap more into their vibration as it's needed. And that's for our own healing. You need somebody that's kind of an outsider to help us see what our problems are, obviously, because we can't always see stuff. Even as a human collective, we're not always be able to see it because we're going through it. So let's see. And that's obvious knowledge out there. But the tree energies are, some of them are very positive, some of them are not, some are used against us for various reasons. Some of it's reptilian, some of it's feline that's doing it. It's kind of like a satellite that's used to broadcast negativity towards us and to cast out what's really going on here, to kind of keep us, in a fog. So I would say that some of those fires are kind of helping that to an extent. So yeah, center energies to California because they don't need any more of this shit. That's not going to end apparently. So hopefully it does down the line. So those are new to all this. IvanTalk.com. We have private sessions. Scheduler. We're gonna have a channel. Google Hangout, Zoom channel on my phone. For questions, I'm on Saturday, last Saturday, so whatever day that was, 25th, I think. Same situation here. We have our channelers and heroes I do recommend. We have Social Network and the Rabbit's on the next issue is right around the corner. So thanks for your support. Okay, show the Arcturians here. All right, we'll just see what we get, and we'll move on to other. There's somebody else here that needs to say something. So, and it's allergy season. Hooray! So, all right, blessings to you all. Here we go. Greetings. We are the Arcturians. We are also connected to the Pleiadians at this time. As human evolution, you are moving off this planet slowly as you talk more about space. Now, obviously, you're not moved off the planet yet, but your next evolution, next generation is off planet. Now, yeah, it's going to take some time to develop all of that, but the discussions are going to become more part of your society. So this is part of your ascension too. So people have different ways of looking at your ascension. The physical is going to have a different outlook of your future. Also, your impeachment of your Trump, at least the discussions on it, it shows, yes, they were trying to, you can say they're trying to pressure him to do things, say things, to make him feel or put him in an uncomfortable situation. As for where that is going is up to your collective, but we believe he will obviously survive. But also, he's kind of flattered he's getting that attention because they're just showing how much they care about him. Maybe not in the best ways, but he's a radical. So a radical needs to be pushed to his brink. So it's like, throw anything you got at me, I'll get through it. As you can see. So they're throwing everything at him, the kitchen sink, no matter how much the other party makes a fool out of themselves. Not to say the Republican Party is that strong, it really isn't. He's like, he's not even a Republican. He's more of an independent, just to let you know. And he's outside the system. So that is more one of the most radical presidents we've had in ages, as you know. Very similar to Andrew Jackson, but we say he's even more radical than any of them. Yes, even Andrew Jackson, yes. Your Lincoln was very controlled, but yes, a positive influence in our society, but very controlled. Your Trump is not controlled. Well, I think he's getting the scrutiny. They're throwing everything at him, and they will not put an end to it ever. Because most of them are mentally not doing well. Your news analysts, none of them are doing well mentally. And they're showing it. They're showing that insanity is becoming more normal. Irrational thinking is normal. Their soul can't comprehend a lack of control because he's out of control. And they don't like that. They want him to do what they want him to do. He's not doing it, doing whatever he feels like. And they hate that. But you kind of need that. Well, you do need that to break out of this circle you're in. Tradition. Your California, yes, is a for aliens. It's a touchy subject. We have to be careful what we say. It is a purging of vibrations. It's also human consciousness changing. You are bringing in a new era, and the tree energies have to be reborn for it to occur. Continents have to change eventually. The oceans have to shift. Too, fire is just the beginning. We're not putting fear out there, far from it, because there's nothing dramatic going to happen just yet. But as you evolve into ascension energies of higher vibrational thinking, your world is not going to be the same anymore because it has to adjust to you. So I believe this is brought up before, but sometimes bringing it 3 or 4 times is probably a good idea. So not to put fear of your pole shift. Remember, you're in control of it. Those of you that already have an open mind will continue to have that open mind. No one's going to take that away. We're going to continue to evolve in a way you've never had before. And that's why it's unknown. But realize everything will be fine. Yes, life situations will never be perfect. But the fear of the pole shifts needs to heal. And just live your life. Yes, the home situation, the family dynamic is going to have to go through some major healing soon. It has to get out of a cycle of despising itself and secrets. It needs to let that go. It needs to let go of the old energies of your reality, which go on for centuries. It needs to be more upfront and open because families are the most secretive energies on your planet. They can be a tombstone too. Yes. You talk about individuals that die. A lot of the families kind of, in some ways, die before there's a death because the energies are so low. Not in all families, but some. They have so many secrets and hostility towards each other. It's like they're not even alive anymore. They're in the lower realms, which is death. For to them it is. It's to you it is too. That has to heal. The family has to break free. It has to be more honest, and sometimes that is going to be the next dynamic that's going to happen to your planet. It's going to take some time because many families are pulling back from us. I don't think so. We're going to continue to hate each other. But eventually it's going to have to make peace with that. Because when the family, there's a forest fire right there. And many of you know what we're talking about. Especially in your holidays when you all come together. Guess who has to see the fires? We see it. Instead of a high vibration families getting together, it's normally low. There are some families that are high, but it's few. You want your Roman candle, you want your bomb, those are your families. Now, how to heal that dynamic is obviously a slow healing within it. Somebody there has to break it open. And some of you are already doing that. Not to say I have to save the family or anything like that, but being individually independent is key. It's basically the secrets have to heal. There's many secrets within families that causes conflict and hell. It has to break open. It's the only way for you to fully ascend, the family to ascend. It has to get over itself. It just, yes, it's like a Roman candle. It's just ready to pop, and many of you experience that. Your holidays are another way of setting that off. You get together, it's like going to work. You're getting together for the holidays, it's like going to a job you absolutely despise. It's the same thing. It's worse because it's emotionally, it's like you're being attacked because you are. So to heal, so what we recommend, yes, is yes, shield yourself. Now we realize many can't really speak their minds in their families. We understand that. So stepping away from those groups is good too, meaning to take a break from it. To like be around it, but to also realize your space and find somewhere you can be where you can clear or go somewhere, whatever it might be, and then when you have to come back. Because family energies, they don't realize that they mess with your minds. They think they know better. It's the old programming of your reality. This is the way you're supposed to be. So they go there to program you. It's like a programming center. They call it holiday. It's actually a program. It's a family personalized MK Ultra system there. Once again, it's not for everybody, but some know exactly what's going on. It's like you need to be this way, the way we like it, this job, this person to be with, all the checks and balances of what we think. It's like your own little government. So eventually humanity will see that and let go of it. Yes, just being, yes, an open mind and free spirit. It helps. Yes, it's not perfect either. Sometimes we become way too free, but acknowledging who you are. Families are there to help you find who you are too. They're there to assist that. Instead, the opposite. They pull you so far away from who you are, you don't know who the hell you are. So, because they want you to be like you, like them, and you don't want to be like them, because you don't have no identity. It's like, I don't know what the hell I am. Because families are there to, bring you into the world, but also obviously to prepare you. Many of them do the exact opposite, as you can see. You're like a lone wolf, basically. And this is what's causing your fires in California and weather anomalies. Is the negativity within the family unit. Now we're talking about aunts, uncles, and all of that. It's not necessarily a mom and dad and the kids. It is the vast family dynamic. You heal that, your weather anomalies will end. But many are looking the other way. Like, I'd be damned if I'm going to figure myself out. Most of them think they already got it figured out. And next thing you know, a tornado shows up behind them. So there's a lot. When the family, yes, it's going to have to be a purge, a release of family pattern of thinking. The thinking is what causes the low vibrations. You clear that, you have a new earth. Ascending all you want. But if you're going to take all that negativity from the family and say, oh, that's fine, we'll just keep sending healing until we go insane. And then you take you into it. That can pull you into it. And you become part of the fire too. It's a level, an area, many of you realize it's not every family, but some are. Some are atomic bombs ready to blow. It's like all the little elements are being put together. That has to be that's where your new counseling, your healings are going to come from. Family dynamics. It's like calm down the hostilities, allow more nature to appear. Of course, nature can be very vicious itself, as you know. So, I mean, basically, if you're a part of a different society, the parents would be devouring the children because they didn't get what the parents did not see what they wanted in their children, so they eat them. In some ways, you're kind of going through that. It's like, I haven't been eaten, but it feels like I just was eaten. So, I didn't follow the family business. I didn't follow the family dynamic. And now I'm going to be lunch. So, and many of you probably feel that way. It's co-independent. It's dependence. Does the family become more dependent on themselves and knowing themselves? Because how if one individual of the family does not know themselves, like a child doesn't know itself, what you make you think the family knows itself? It doesn't. That's why you don't know who you are, because they don't know who they are. They think they know. It's going well, isn't it? But for you to find yourself is key, because eventually that will rub off onto them, depending on the environment. So there's no really wrong answer of how a family is offered. It's part of the old programming, the library of the third dimension. It can only last so long. The teachings can only, they've lasted for a long time. But many of you are going to more 4D vibrational energy, and that's healing conflict. And you can talk about conflict outside your home all you want, but the family is far worse than any ghetto on your planet. It is more ghetto, especially during the holidays. It's because internal hell has not been looked at and healed. And many, if you ask, I'm going to heal your heart, it's like, I don't think so. What's on TV? Let's play basketball instead. Do everything I can than to confront ourselves. So when you see that, and there's only, if you're one person that's a little bit more enlightened, at least into higher dimensional knowledge, and you're around a pack of wolves that basically want none of that, obviously you got to choose. Yeah, I guess you can say pick your battles, but it's not for you to save them, far from it. But your vibration is there to give them the option to look a little bit further into themselves. Some are, of course, but they have to find it on their own. It's the only way it's going to work. You can share your vibration, but they have to make the choice in the long run. Blessings to you. All right, leave it with that. All right, blessings.